A nice British Indian restaurant style chicken PATHIA coming up. 3.5 tablespoons of oil, let that heat up. Pinch of asafoetida hing powder, this little pot that you see in Asian stores. That's optional. Hing's always optional, even with die-hard curry fans. 1 Tejpata, cinnamon leaf or Indian bay leaf. Just going to season that oil off. Next we're going to add 1 medium onion, cut in half and then cut into nice long slivers, just like that. Because this is a chicken dish, I want a little bit of stodge in the sauce. So we're just going to sweat those onions off for a couple of minutes. So this is the secret ingredient really. All looks like it's blended into one. But we had half a teaspoon of jaggery or unrefined Indian sugar. You can use brown sugar if you wish. We have a half a teaspoon of hot lime pickle, and we have half a teaspoon of tamarind pulp. And what you can see there liquidy is lime juice. We're going to blend that into a paste. So this is a Parsi recipe, Persian, now we know it as modern day Iran. Quite a popular dish with Iranian people, the descendants of the Persians in Gujarat in India, but typically it's a British Indian restaurant dish. And I'm just going to add 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. One point to mention, there is no ginger in this dish. Obviously, food's all about experimenting. Add ginger if you want, but I'm going to stick to some of the essentials of the recipe. Sizzled off nicely. What I have here, not too hot, nice sweet, sour and rather hot flavour. So we have a pinch of kasuri methi leaves, fenugreek leaves, a teaspoon of mixed powder, plenty of recipes on my channel for different mixed powders, 3 green chilies cut up into small pieces. I'm using Himalayan salt, half a teaspoon. You can use whatever salt you want. And we're just going to add that to our onions and garlic, hing or asafoetida and our tejpata, cinnamon leaf, and we'll come back. Next I'm adding 300 grams of bite-sized pieces chicken breast. Always cut them up a little bit bigger than a bite size, because this modern day chicken, unless you're sourcing it from somewhere great, tends to decrease in size. I'm just going to slowly cook that off on a medium heat. You don't want it to dry out. If it dries out, you can add a little bit of water. You can put a lid on it if you'd like, but we're just going to slowly cook this until it's fully cooked right through. So I added about half a cup of water, and really great. It's slowly cooking all that chicken in that flavoured water. It's just how I want it. Just no rush for this whatsoever. You want to make sure your chicken's cooked right through. There's nothing worse than raw parts of chicken in the middle especially. So we're just going to let that sizzle away now for however long it takes on medium-high flame. So just look how that water really, along with the oil and the spices, is thickened up. We don't want it all to reduce. And the beauty of cooking your chicken in the juice that you're making a particular curry for is if you pre-cook your chicken, you can pre-cook it with different amounts of other spices. This is going to capture the flavour of this dish. I think it's a little bit of a compromise between pre-cooked, British Indian restaurant style, where it's pre-cooked obviously, and the traditional way to do things, nice and slow and patient, and some of the fats come out of the chicken. So next I'm going to add, so we're getting some oil separation now, that's one thing to point out, I'm going to add is just a tablespoon of double concentrated tomato puree or paste with 3 times the amount of water, just to make it nice and juicy so it can be cooked out longer. And that's looking pretty great. So next we're going to add that signature taste with the tamarind, the jaggery, the lime juice and the lime pickle. We're going to get a hot, sweet, sour and salty taste. I'm going to give that a good whirl. We'll come back in 40 seconds. So next I'm just going to add some nice finely chopped fresh coriander and half a tomato cut up into pieces. It's not really going to reduce the temperature of the dish, and we're just going to add some nice thin base gravy, 150 millilitres. Just going to give that a stir, we'll come back. So I don't want to take it for granted that everybody knows about base gravy. I've got a selection of base gravy recipes on my channel. So we really need to char that now. Are people stealing my words, or are they just common words? I'm not going to say any names, but it gets a little bit annoying sometimes, putting your heart into something and then somebody basically copies your recipe a week later and posts it. But there you go, it happens, it happens. It should be a compliment more than anything. We just want to cook that base gravy down now. We want some charring, we don't want to stir it, we want all that bubbling, we want to reduce some of that moisture, we want to thicken that sauce up. We'll come back once that happens and we're ready to serve. So the oils come to the surface, it's nice and still around the edges, that's what I look for. A little bit of resistance around the edges and more liquidy in the middle, because obviously when this dish cools down, you're not going to eat it bubbling hot, it'll stiffen up somewhat. So let's serve. So notice how easy that was. Top quality restaurant chicken PATHIA, a little bit of garnish. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed the video.